Hello everybody, my name's Dick Coughlin. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. I'm also Brother Neuro. That was my really old fucking intro then. I don't know what app came over me. Anyway, I think the problem I'm having lately is I'm overthinking, because in this day and age, I sort of see all the videos and they've got so much effort put into it. And then I forget, you don't want to see that from me. Let's just face it, all you guys want to see from me is me screaming at twats. So that's what this is going to be, because I found an absolute belter of twats. That is the collective noun for twats, by the way. So last night, whilst on Facebook, and I don't know how. Well, I do know how, really, because this is the kind of thing. Because when you sort of, it's an occupational hazard that algorithms tend to constantly recommend me stuff on these social media websites that that I don't actually want to, that I don't enjoy or like or support, but because of the nature of what I spend my time looking at, it's I get recommended a load of crap. So I came across this page, and the page is called To Political Correctness and a Populist Party Campaign. No to Political Correctness, a Populist Party Campaign. Now it's got 1,300 people following it. Now this is exactly, by the way, those of you who watch my videos a lot, this is exactly what you're expecting. It's a miserable set of bastards complaining, claiming that these days you can't say anything, despite the fact the real reason is they're just too shit scared to say it, because they're a bunch of cowards who don't like having any pushback. And they're blaming it on political correctness and blah, 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 blah. Why is there so little humour in our lives? You should subscribe to my channel, mate. Yeah. When I started in school in the 1950s, everyone had a repertoire of jokes. Did they? Everyone? In the 50s? It was how we made friends, amused ourselves, and enjoyed life. Laughter was everywhere. As I got older, the jokes became more risque. Also, it became clear that the best Jewish jokes were told by Jews. Yes, you see, the reason for that, mate, is that you'll find this is in general, this is a general rule of thumb in that, it's self-deprecation. You see, when a Jew makes jokes about Jews, they're talking about it clearly in a light-hearted, bantery kind of way. It's not to be taken with any malice. When a guy like you comes up and says, hey, what's the difference between a Jew and a cake? Oh, a cake doesn't scream when you put it in the oven. Ha, ha, ha. See, that's not funny. How'd you get 6 million Jews into a mini, stick them in the ashtray? See, that doesn't sound... Now, a Jew could tell that, probably, and get away with it. Probably some of them couldn't. Older still, and many jokes became deeper, more subtle and philosophical. And then there came the pub. Subtle and philosophical, then there came the pub. For jokes, it was like the schoolyard on steroids. The pub. And it was a golden age of the broadcast. Truly funny, hilarious. The Goon Show. Monty Python. Yeah, they were all Jews, weren't they, and gays. Morecambe and Wise, yeah, the two Ronnies, yeah. Goodies. Charlie Drake. Last of the Summer Wine, all of these, huge amounts of diversity, you'll notice. All different types of fucking upper middle class white blokes doing sitcoms about their Only Fools and Horses. Yes, Only Fools and Horses. 40 Towers. 40 Towers, right? That show is taking the piss out of people who think like that. The list goes on and on and on. Vastly funnier than anything on television today. Really? What do you watch on television today? Nothing. And none of which were political. Monty Python wasn't political.
Ty Smith, he's in the Grenadier Guards and he can count up to 4. Simon Zinc Trumpet Harris, he's an old Etonian and married to a very attractive table lamp. Nigel Incubator Jones, his best friend is a tree, and in his spare time he's a stockbroker. Gervais Brook Hamster, he's in the wine trade and his father uses him as a waste paper basket. And finally, Oliver St. John Mollusk, another old Etonian. His father was a cabinet minister and his mother won the Derby, and he's thought by many to be this year's outstanding twip.
You think fucking Only Fools and Horses did not have a political aspect to it? You think there was no politics in 40 Towers?
Tried it on just once too often! Right! Well, don't say I haven't warned you! I've laid it on the line to you time and time again! Right! Well, this is it! I'm gonna give you a damn one good thrashing!
Then it got worse, not content, the huge left-wing, blah, 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 multicultural, blah, 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 blah. And then they've got this picture here. Jokes prohibited, jokes authorised. White guy, mandatory. Arabs, Pakis, Turks. You see, there's the problem right there, mate. Jews, prohibited. Oh, yeah, you never see comedians doing jokes about Jews. Apart from Louis C.K., he did loads of jokes about Jews. Oh, and, what was it? Yeah, Jon Stewart, Bill Maher does jokes about Jews. There's loads of Jewish comedians who, you know, obviously still do jokes about Jews.
So fuck the Jews. That's what I'm saying. I guess fuck the Jews. I'm sorry. I never said it over the course of my career, but fuck the Jews. Just for being a religion at all, you're as complicit as the rest in the retardation of human intellectual progress.
Maybe you're just crap at telling jokes. Monks and nuns. Oh yes, you can't do jokes about monks or nuns anymore. Illegals. Immigrants. Have you heard of Jim Davidson? Handicapped, which is represented by what I can basically describe as just a short bloke. That's really it. Tommy Robinson, right there. Blacks, obviously nothing racist about the drawing, the depiction of black people there. You know, and I wouldn't mind this, but you lie. You sit there and you fucking talk this utter shite. You know, why is there so little humour? It's because you're a miserable old, shriveled up, wrinkled twat. That's why. And then I noticed they had another page that was called the Populist Party, Our Boycott List. And this is the banner for it. Now, at first, I thought that photo was a cartoon of like a praying mantis with its eyes closed, smiling, maybe nutting one off. But it's not. It's meant to be two fingers doing that to Bob Geldof, apparently. So yeah, take that, Sir Bob. It's not as popular as the first one. First one had like 1,300 members. This one's got about 910 or so. Now this is an ever-growing, this is ongoing, but it's a list of companies, products or people to boycott on patriotic grounds. These are the companies they have boycotted. Next, the big issue. What have you seen transgender homeless people now? Kentucky Fried Chicken, Glasgow branch, just in Glasgow. The Taxpayers Alliance, the Adam Smith Institute, the Institute of Directors, House of Fraser for their 2015 Christmas advert, which I can't recall, but I'm going to guess it featured in some way some sort of mixed race couple. Lenny Henry! You're boycotting Lenny Henry. Lenny Henry!
Hey, Lenny, you see me? Hey, Ruba, hey, ooh, hey, Lenny, you see me? Hey, Lenny, hey, you see me? Hey, Lenny, hey, Ruba, hey, you see, hey, Lenny, hey.
Why would these guys boycott Lenny Henry?
He's a nigger! He's a nigger!
Oh, of course.
Love you, bye.
Witherspoon's pubs, you know, because Tim Martin said something about welcoming more immigration, but they've rescinded it since So why is it on the list? PGL holiday camps? Topshop, Ben & Jerry's, Burger King for their inference that it's fun to milkshake a politician they disapprove of. First of all, Burger King didn't do that. Secondly, you're the guys who moan about political correctness, but someone makes a joke or makes fun of the fact that Nigel Farage got a milkshake thrown at him, and oh, we're boycotting you. Who's the PC liberal little snowflake now? And the Charlton Brewing Company. I've heard of KFC and Lenny Henry. And the KFC in Glasgow is probably the whitest KFC you can get.
Love you, bye.
But I thought, well, you know, I should really check out this Populist Party because I assumed, well, I've never heard of them. Now, I'm the king of obscure right-wing political movements. If you followed me for any length of time, you'll know there'll be large numbers. There's large numbers of people out there who watch my videos who have only ever heard of certain parties because of me, right? Because of videos I've made about them, right? So I went to their Facebook page. This is the banner for the Facebook page. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Oh, Drain the Swamp. Oh, doesn't that sound familiar? Now, interestingly, the first page had 1,300 members, the Note of Political Correctness. The second one, we just did the boycott list, that had 915 something members. This one only has 715. And if you want to give an idea as to why you might not have heard of it, let's just give you this is a photograph taken at the 2018 annual general meeting from the Populist Party. Now, I know, I get it, right? You're not supposed to make fun. It's wrong, and it's not on. It's bad form. For any reason, just to mock and make fun of people just because of how they look, right? But all I'll say to that is, oh, come on, for fuck's sake. Come on. I mean, look at this. It's like a fucking grocer's shop window. There is a wife swapping party you don't want to fucking go. This is an incel chat room made flesh. Well, obviously, I'm going to go here that they haven't got that many members in the group, and I've never heard of them, and look at the state of their fucking annual general meeting. And so I thought I'd do some research on them, but and they've been around a little bit longer than I realised. So I'm just going to read to you from the Populist Party page. The Populist Party is a minor political party. That means minor as in as in small, not minor as not like that, not like no. It was registered in the UK in 2001, but it first appeared in the London Borough of Greenwich Council elections in 1998, when the founder, Russell White, who's still in charge, and I think it's because that's his last name, he stood at Eltham Park and he achieved 60 votes. Now, you can take the fucking piss, but how many votes would you get if you... But it was just 1998. But that was when they were new. Fine, but then they went through some change. Well, they didn't go through some changes. They just sort of merged with some other things. The Populist Alliance and the Popular Alliance. Yes, insert your Life of Brian joke. The Populist Party stood in its first UK general election, right, in June 2017. The candidate, Russell White, in 2017, so this is 19 years later, in Lewisham, West and Penge, won 50 votes. It's nearly 2 decades on. He won 60 in his first in 1998, and 20 years later, he's lost 1/6 of his voting base. That's the progression. Don't worry, it gets even worse. They originally started off in 2004 with just a Blogspot account. This was the banner from what it looks like. Yeah, lovely sort of like, baby poo yellow and orange. I mean, it's fucking horrific, isn't it? Now, this blog posted regularly from about February 2004 for several years, and all of the blogs are still there. Right now, I'm not going to go through all of them. That would take fucking forever. But I thought what I would do is I would read the first one. Remember, this is from February 2004. Politically correct PCs, the strong arm of liberal tyranny. I like that they've been going around for 21 years and they're still saying the same old shit. So when they talk about, you wouldn't get away with that in this day and age, fucking hell, apparently you didn't get away with it in any day and age. Populists are pro-police. We believe they do a good job, often under extreme stress and provocation. That's why it gives us no satisfaction when we see them being turned into left-wing social workers in order to suit the chattering classes. What do you mean into social... Forget it. Recent news stories have confirmed our fears, and they are now, as are the army, coming under scrutiny by the PC brigade. Someone in the military is going to be scared of the PC brigade. If you're scared of the PC brigade and you're in the military, good luck fighting ISIS, The PC brigade, who would turn our legal system upside down to suit their political agenda. Yeah, that's kind of the way politics works, mate. People who it's kind of like, what you want to do. If you have a political, ideology or belief, regardless of what it is, you have the right to try and, get that into, turn that into, make that part of the system, or at least, gradually move the system towards it. That's how, a democracy works, anyone can do this. It's what you want to do. The plan is to eradicate all forms of prejudice from the police force. Oh, heaven forfend. So that all members of the public, be they criminals, suspects or victims, are dealt with fairly. This is political correctness gone mad. That we want the police to treat everyone fairly. It might sound like a laudable aim. However, the police are human beings with prejudices based upon real experiences, just like anyone else. Well, yeah, your job is to, it's not serve and protect over here, but it's the same principle, isn't it? So as Rodney King's head was split open by the LAPD, were you sitting there going, well, look, you know, it's just that, you know, that those policemen are just human beings, prejudices based on real experience. It doesn't matter what they're based on. The liberal critics may say the police should be above the baser emotions which may cloud their judgment. Yeah, but I would say, show me a man without prejudice and I'll show you a liar. It doesn't matter. I'll give them credit. At least they're honest here. They're not trying to run away from it. They're not trying to make out that, oh, we're not racist. No, in fact, it's racist to, you know, real racism is against us. No, they're saying, yes, look, the police, like all of us, have an irrational hatred of, you know, one group or another based on nothing but fucking, you know, one bad experience and ignorance, you know, but you can't fucking expect us to fucking override that. No one is immune from aspects of prejudice. I judge the police by a higher standard. I expect a bit better from people who choose to go into the, you know, a profession in which they're supposed to enforce the law. It is the basis of most decision making. It literally is not. You don't sit there and decide, what should I watch on telly tonight? Well, whatever TV show's got the least amount of queers in it, obviously. If a policeman sees a group of black youths hanging around a street corner for no apparent reason, how is a reason ever going to be apparent? It's not illegal to hang around. When he knows from experience that they have a higher crime rate than other groups, does he pay no attention to the situation and ignore his instincts? Yes! Or does he take a decision to act quickly and avert the worst circumstances? Like, this is a plea for realism. You know, what if the police, a load of, like, homosexual, transgender, you know, Muslim, you know, and African immigrants all joined the police and they decided they wanted to victimise you? Is that okay now? The left believe that every PC that opposes politically correct diktats is a secret Ku Klux Klan. No, I don't believe that. But even if he is, I would ask him, don't bring that to the office. Such is the level of debate. This is a debate. You're debating that it's okay for the police to be racist. That's literally the point. You want to debate about this? The British people, however, obviously apart from the black ones apparently, simply want police officers who are able to make quick, sound judgments in crisis situations. Black people standing around on a street corner is not a crisis. TheEnd.com/fuck off. Who are not afraid at countering criminals of whatever background, and who cannot be intimidated by the race lobby. Oh, as if there's a race lobby. So there you go. That was the first blog they ever wrote.
Love you, bye.
Let's go to their new, you know, up-to-date website, which, you know, to be fair, it's quite nice looking. It's all right, actually. This is the banner there. You can see a mobile phone number. For God's sake, don't go posting that anywhere, or don't go texting it, or, you know, sending shit. Don't be sending, you know, obscene photographs. Don't send pictures of Tub Girl, or, you know, or Blue Waffle, or any other horrific, you know, disgusting, vile, pornographic meme from 2006. Don't be sending that to them. Now, to be fair, though, whilst the website is a lot better designed, it's not exactly substantial. It's got 4 sections. What is populism? Populism is the political creed which draws its beliefs from the will of the people. Okay, that's just literally nothing. What do you mean the will of the people? Can I remind you, you got 50 votes. 50 fucking votes. Your AGM, can I show you the picture of your AGM from 2018? If everybody who attended your annual general meeting turned up at your local Devon subway and wanted a table, the fire marshal would say, yeah, that's no problem, we've got loads of space, yeah, fine. We distrust politicians and manifestos, which is why A, we haven't written one, and B, why we want to become politicians and be in a political party, right, with a political creed and a political ideology that literally controls the country. What do you think? But what? I'm so baffled. Why is politician one of those jobs where people seem to think The best people to do the job are people who are not politicians. It's what got Trump in, wasn't it? It was like, oh, he's not a politician. Well, he is now. You can't be in a position of political office, having run a political campaign for a political party, and not be a politician. We prefer policy-based ideas and unchanging principles. Unchanging principles. That is why our statement of beliefs is called Populist Principles. It took you 3 sentences to say nothing. Populism is for all classes and backgrounds. Our hero is the small man. What, you mean the handicapped geezer from the fucking drawing you put up earlier? The small man standing up to the big forces in society, bureaucrats, big business, or mass unions. And who do the unions stand up for? So you're in favour of the small guy who wants to stand up against big business, but you're against unions, which is literally the workers joining together so that they have more influence and control and say. Those who struggle against all the odds, the housewife making ends meet on a pittance, the shopkeeper threatened by supermarkets and department stores and Pakistanis, right? And those who save lives, such as firemen, policemen and doctors. I like how they've put housewife who's the pittance and the shopkeeper fighting off against the big business. And of course people like firemen, police and doctors. Often unsung and underpaid, but more worthy than the celebrities and high flyers who become the false idols revered by the media. British shopkeepers, best in the world. Populism, and I'm not even going to respond to this, I'm just going to read it. Populism is best illustrated by the films of Frank Capra and the books of George Orwell.
Love you, bye.
So what have we learned so far? Well, we've learnt that apparently these people don't laugh, and they have an annual general meeting that you can fit on a unicycle. They've got less members in their Facebook group than they have in 2 of their subcategory groups, but that doesn't really matter because based on their AGM, they haven't got many members to begin with, and in fact, in 21 years ago, they only had 60 people vote for them, whereas in 2018, that he had 50 people vote for him. But now I think we should find out, maybe we could find out what about. So this is the populist platform. Now, I'm not going to read all of them, there's 12. So I'm not going to read all of them, but just, I want you to understand, this is what they call these aims and objectives. Keep that in mind. Now see if you can spot the problem. Populists are opposed to rampant, uncontrolled free market. We oppose materialism, commercialisation, and excessive sponsorship. Materialist ideology is promoted by the USA. Populists oppose Americanization. And the aim is what? Right. When you say you oppose something, that's neither an aim nor an objective. Populists are anti-globalization. We oppose the European Union. We oppose the power of organizations such as the WTO, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and major multinational. Right, so you're opposed to something. That's number 2. So that's neither an aim nor an objective. Populists support food and water. Okay, great. I mean, I kind of took that as default with virtually every party. I mean, even the Tories won't starve you completely to death. But nice, no, so aim and objective, food and water. Great. Populists support neutrality. Oh, do you bollocks? Yeah, unless it's a policeman walking past a gang of black lads sitting, on a park bench. Then, it's fucking curb stomp the shit out of that one. Populists support localism. Populists oppose free movement of people across borders. Well, fuck my pubic hair with a fucking prize-winning frozen leek. I'm astonished. Based on that fucking photo of you lot at the AGM, you don't support free movement of fucking, of DNA beyond your fucking family members. Populists support the idea of producerism. Okay, you can't just put ism on the end of everything. We believe that those who provide society with something of lasting value and do real jobs, who live off the fruits of their own labour, rather than those who live off others. This sounds like seize the means of productions. And for people who are so anti-left wing and, anti-Marxist and you know, this sounds very revolutionary. Unless this is bollocks. Option 2. So yeah, at the top of their website, they've got a couple of like little icons, links to social media-y stuff. They've got a link to a Twitter account. That's no good for me because I'm banned from Twitter. In fact, I would suggest if you're watching this, you know, share this video on Twitter and tag them in it. They've got a link to Facebook, but you've seen all the Facebook stuff already. There's only 2 other links left. One of them is to a YouTube page. Well, I thought, well, there we go. If they've got a YouTube channel, I'll go check that out. Do you want to see their YouTube channel? Here it is. Bang! Right there. That's it. Right? That's it. Nothing. Populist Party GB. They haven't even uploaded a fucking icon. Why have you linked this? Why is this linked on your fucking page? 3 people have subscribed. There were 12 people in the picture at the AGM. That's like nearly 1,000th of my subscriber base has subscribed to your channel. Get that ferret-faced little fucker, you know, stop bumming him in the cellar for 2 minutes and get him on this. I want him making a video. This could be your first fucking video, man. Do you realise that this will be the video, the most viewed and the most popular video on the internet about the Populist Party of Great Britain. Do you realise that? And it's been made by me. So get him on this. I want ponage, death, destruction, carnage, action. Nothing. There's nothing. It's been there since 2018. Get that fucking little twat. Right, get him on this. All he's got to do is make a YouTube video and literally say everything that you've said. Right, just say it to the camera. In a month, he'll have 1 million subscribers. Nothing. There's no video, no play, nothing. We started this video, you had 1,300 followers. Then that went down to 900. That went down to 700. Then it went down to 50. Then it went down to 40. Now it's 3. Could things get any worse for you? Well, yes, they could, actually, folks. Because there was another link there which took you to a forum. A forum that, probably about the same as this, was opened in November 2018. So it's a year. 1 year, this forum has been open. Right? And I just want you to behold this. This is the so-called Populist Party of Great Britain. And this is their forum. Bang. Join the Populist Party. Members, 1. 1 member. Is there a screenshot that encapsulates, in this realm of debate, the term total, non-stop, epic fail? Then a forum for the Populist Party, and it has 1 member. Amazing. You've gone from 1,300 to 1. But that's really... Oh, there was one other thing. Oh, there was one other thing I should show you, actually. There was... They've got like a thing where you can join them, and joining them is quite funny. They've got a membership form. This is how confident they are that you're going to join. Whereas with most political parties, you're charged a fee to join as a member. With here, it's an optional donation. So you can select membership or membership with donation. I mean, what kind of cunt is going to pay money for something that they can get just when they can get the exact same thing for free anyway? Patreon and PayPal link below. This is the membership application form thing there, and I don't know who this is for. I don't know if anyone's ever filled one of these in. I'm assuming it's for that. It's for the small guy, isn't it? This is for the small guy, isn't it? The small guy. You want the small guy to join you. This is... You want a small guy? I'll give you a small guy.
People are angry, but they can't explain why.
Hello, sir, and why are you here today?
I'm here to protest. Right, I'm going on a march. So I want Britain to be back British. I want Britain to be back British. I'm going on a march. So I want Britain to be back British. I want Britain to be back British. Got interracial law, and the Muslimic infidel. They're trying to get their law over our country, and it is happening. It's happening in other countries. It's happening in every country's like you got Muslimic rape camps, Muslimic rape camps. You got Muslimic rape camps, rape camps. You got Muslimic rape camps, Muslimic rape camps. You got Muslimic rape camps, rape camps.
There you go, that was a nice little walkabout. I needed that. There you go, Tommy. I've just got you a new job. You need one now you're out of prison, didn't you? And to the Populist Party of Great Britain, you're welcome. I've just increased your membership by legally one more person. But, 60% of a normal, regular human being. I'm spending money on you. That was a £5. You'll just do it on blow and run around Finland going, I'm the king of the Muslims. Well, there you go. You can now be king of the Populist Party of Great Britain. And next time you stand in an election, as long as you get 41 fucking votes, you won't have to walk out before they count it because you're an embarrassed little twat. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this video. That was a wonderful little diversion. We'll see.
Love you, bye.